Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I do my Easter bunnies, but I'm going to show you how to embroider directly on water soluble stabilizer. So I've been doing these bunnies for the last 2 Easters, I think, and I've always stitched straight through the back. Well, my first order of the season for this year, the customer left a bad review because the thread was showing in the back. Now, I have a 4x4 machine, and not only that, but if I have to take this apart, embroider, sew it back together, and do all that stuff, I feel like that's too much work. Then you got to charge more for your bunnies, whatever. So, I had, I thought I had, deleted them from my website, because in my mind that's what I said I was going to do, because I'm like, well, clearly everybody don't like it when it's embroidered all the way through, so I'm just not going to do it anymore. Well, I forgot to set them in draft mode or delete them from my website, so I got another order and I got discouraged. But you know what, I was on Facebook and a lady had said something about embroidering directly onto water soluble stabilizer, so I'm like, I'm gonna try it, and that's what I did, and I like how it turned out. So I'm gonna show you how to do this, right? So of course you'll need whatever you're gonna put your design on. You need water soluble stabilizer. So I have 2. So I have this one on a roll that's kind of like plasticky like. I think this is the Sulky brand. I like this one better, right? I don't know, out of all the water soluble stabilizers I've used, I like this one. But what I noticed, it kept getting caught up in my thing, right? So I got this one. So this is the Pellon. I got this from probably either Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and it's $4.99 a yard. I got quite a few of that, but so I had got that. You're also going to need your embroidery hoops. This thing right here is not a necessity, but it definitely helps when you're tightening your hoop. I don't know if everybody in America knew this except for me. I don't even know if that's really what this is for, to tighten your hoops, but this definitely comes in handy, because the key to this, to getting this on this stabilizer, is making sure it is extremely tight. Right, so you're gonna need that. You're gonna need some heat and bond. So I have this heat and bond ultra, which I'm pretty sure I got it from Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Walmart, somewhere, I don't know. And you're gonna need some scissors. You're gonna need an iron. This is my ironing board right here. And you're gonna need a wet cloth. All right, and paper towel. My paper towel is over there somewhere, but you're gonna need some kind of well, you don't really need paper towel, but I don't know where my thing at that I put over stuff when I press it so it doesn't mess up my iron and things like that. I'm not sure what's that, so I'm using paper towel for that. All right, so this is the one that I have already done. I just finished embroidering this one, and I did 2 on 1. So basically you're adding a knockdown stitch to your design. If you can see, I added a knockdown stitch, so I embroidered the knockdown stitch directly onto the stabilizer, and then I put the name on there. And as you can see, I have one of the plastic looking type stabilizers, or yeah, stabilizers, and then I have 2 of the other one, and these are both wash away. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our stabilizers on our hoop. And again, this is going to be this is what's going to make or break it. This is because the first time I tried it, I'm like, this is not working. But what I realized, I only did 1 piece of stabilizer, and I didn't have it really tight. So, oh, let me put my other piece. So I have 2 of those and 1 of these. And of course, you just figure out what works best for you. But this is what works for me, right? So I'm putting it in. I'm adjusting it, by pulling it out, getting all the wrinkles out, like so. All right. And another thing, don't rush. Like, I feel like a lot of times when I'm doing stuff, sometimes I mess up because, I'll pull that out because I'm rushing. Don't rush. Just take your time doing this stuff, you know. Just don't rush it. All right. Trying to get as many of those wrinkles out of there as possible. Then I'm going to tighten it up a little bit with my hand. And then I'm going to pull on it some more to get those wrinkles out. Then I'm going to take this little fancy thing. Like I said, I don't know if that's exactly what this is for. But get more wrinkles out before I tighten it all the way. And I think that's good. This one was folded a little, so I hope that doesn't. Oh, I'm ripping it. But it had like little creases in it. So I hope that's why you see that right there. This was creases in the stabilizer. All right, so now we're just going to put this on our embroidery machine. All right, so here I am at the embroidery machine. I thought I had my design all ready to go, but I guess not. This is the one that I'm going to embroider. And the knockdown stitch is going to take 5 minutes, and the name is going to take 6 minutes. I'm just going to put that on. I'm going to change my thread really quick because I'm doing white for the knockdown stitch. Change that. And my freaking, what do you call that thing? My automatic shredder doesn't really work. It works when it wants to. So I have this little thing that helps you thread needles. I don't know what it's called. Maybe a needle threader. So that's what I'm going to use to thread my needle. I'm just going to pull it through like so. Drop the foot. And we're going to get started. And when mine gets started, I always like to cut that tail so it's not in the way or don't get stuck under threads, and then I gotta like try to cut it out later. All right, so we're gonna let that embroider. All right, so now that I have that going over there, oh, it's a little damp. I mean, a little hot. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut it down as small as possible. I'm gonna use these scissors to get all around the edges. Cut around the edges, much as possible, close as possible, without cutting your threads. All right, so now I'm going to take my little washcloth thing here, spray it on there. So this is a brand new cloth. This is the only thing I used it for, is for this. So I'm going to place it face down where the stabilizer is face up, and I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to place this iron on it for a few seconds. Place the iron for a few seconds. Alright. Then I'm going to lift it up, and this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to sit that to the side and let it dry a little bit because it is a little damp. So this is the one that I've already done. This is the 2023. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of my heat and bond, which I had already cut. And it face down. Put my heat and bond on top. Like so. Fold it over and put the iron tool for a few seconds. Now, when a lot of times when I use heat and bond, I use my heat press, but I don't want to turn my heat press on right now because I'm only doing like 5 bunnies, you know, and I haven't like did them all at one time, so I'm not going to turn my heat press on for that. So I'm just going to lift it up. Oh, see, it want to show out. You know what? Every time you do a video, stuff don't never, it always want to show out. Don't want to do right. I'm going to press it a little bit more to make sure it's on there pretty good. All right. So then I'm going to sit that off to the side and let that dry. So this is the one that I have done already. So I'm just going to peel off the backing for the heat and bond. And if you have some that don't come off very easily, you can just trim it. Just try not to cut your threads. Okay. So that's that. Let me get me another bunny over here. So, and these bunnies came from Walmart. This year they're $7.48. It was like $5.96 or something like that for the last 2 years, but this year the price has gone up. So, so I have my little ruler thing here because I try to put them all in the same spot. Right. So I put it that far up. Of course, you could put yours wherever you want, however you want it. Like that. And get me another piece of paper towel here. I don't like to put my iron directly on too much on anything because I don't want it to get, you know, get messed up. So we're just gonna press this down a few seconds. All right, and it is on there. And of course, you don't want to try to pull this up when you're done. You definitely want to let it cool off before you try to lift it up to make sure it's on there. So this is not going anywhere. It's definitely not going anywhere. So I hope this video was helpful for those of you who struggle with taking your bunny ears apart and then embroidering it, then putting it back together. Or those of you who you know, don't like the look of when it's embroidered all the way through. I don't have any bunnies. I don't know what my grandson bunny is, but like I said, I've been selling these for the last 2 Easters, and I haven't had any issues with embroidering it all the way through. But when I got that one bad review, I'm like, oh no, something has to give. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, and until next time, y'all have a great one. All right, so there is the finished product, and as you can see, this is how it turned out. All right. So thank you all for watching. Until next time.